What's going on, guys? You got Kicks89 here, back with another shoe review exclusively for you guys. Today we have got an outlet pickup that I picked up over at Johor Premium Outlets in Johor, obviously, and this is a steal for all intents and purposes. I'm a fan of Jordan 2s. From the description you could tell that this is the Jordan 2 Python video, but I wasn't a fan of this colorway when it first came out. But if you do the maths, check out the 50% tag and then check out the price tag that it went for, and if you do the math, this comes to about 150 ringgit Malaysia only. And this is actually because I never saw the shoe in person, I never held it in hand, but as I was like browsing through the sales rack or the clearance rack over at JPO, I ran into 3 pairs of these and I picked out the ones that were the most acceptable and the most clean in terms of not being too beat up. But this is basically the Jordan 2 Python, guys. But if you've watched Nightwing's video, this is that shoe that they said do not eat by mistake. But this is that tag, do not eat by mistake. So if you're planning on eating this shoe, and that sounds corny as hell, but you shouldn't be eating this shoe by mistake. Due to the nature of the metallic components, slight variations or imperfections should be expected. Do not eat by mistake. And that is in reference to this Python nubuck, which we'll get over into. But that is the final price that I paid for. 154, if you can see that. 154. And let's just go over the case candy. And I did not know that this shoe came with a Jordan 2 booklet. I know that the Chicago's or the white with the black soles came with this, but I didn't know this came with this version. This should have come in the Lucky Greens, the Origins, everything that has like the Nike Air branding on the bottom, or just the Nike Air branding on the Jordan 2 should come with this, because this is the original booklet that came with the shoe. The Jordan 1 has it obviously only on the 85 cut models. The Jordan 3 has it from the black cements in the 2017 black cements, and recently in the fire reds. I don't know the black cements, the recent black cements that came out had this, because I didn't buy one for myself yet, waiting for it to go on sale. But this is basically just a breakdown of everything that the Jordan 2 is made out of. You have the diagrams going over the design of the shoe and its explanation and whatsoever. And this is a good insight into a young person that has never purchased a Jordan 2 and just want to know what it kind of like came with back in the day. And aside from that, the other case candy that came with the shoe is this. This is the Air Jordan Wings tag, which came with the Chicago Jordan 2 and now on the shoe. And before the 2023 retro run of the Jordan 2, 2023 to 2024, I want to say that these came actually in the Jordan 2 Dawn C's. So that was almost one-to-one identical packaging. Materials was great, quality, build was great, except it didn't come with one of these. So I'm going to be putting this into my Jordan 2 Dawn C big box, if I'll just call it that. But that box alone, I'm just looking at it, it's a big red box right in the middle of my room. It looks like a toy box, but that is one of the best, hands down, Jordan 2 packagings ever. Quality, materials, everything. It came with the cap, the pin, and the dust bag and whatsoever. But that's just how that's just how a collab should be. It should be good quality. You should be doing some form of storytelling for the model and why that person felt a connection with that model per se. So going back into just this shoe in general, this is the Jordan 2. I've reviewed multiple pairs, my first one being the Mellow pair in 2018. I hope that pair is still doing well to this day. I bought the Radio Rahims, this one, Lucky Greens, the Darth Vaders, banyak lagi lah. The only ones I missed out were the Armand Maniers, because that was at a time where the hype around the shoe was just unreasonable, and it brought the shoes prices to just unattainable levels for a person of my income bracket. But this is a Jordan 2. Let's talk about the Jordan 2 Python. So the Jordan 2 Python, and I'm beating a dead horse here, but this colorway it stems from the Nike Air Python, which was basically a takedown version of this shoe back in 86, 87 to 88. So the takedown model obviously didn't have this whole polyurethane midsole, but it did have, for better or for worse, a cup sole that kind of looks like the shoe and kind of mimics this whole outsole. In hindsight, like I said, that would have been better for collectors because you wouldn't have this problem with the cracking outsoles. Although this is more comfortable, that is more collectible, more wearable over time. This is an instant, you gotta have this on your feet, otherwise it will just start to crack and crumble. But this is what makes the shoe so much more comfortable. In addition to that, the materials used throughout this shoe, this pair specifically, which was the one that I picked out, has some of the best leather, and it's just really good quality, very soft, nice to break in, very nice to touch. And this is actually what threw me off, this whole Python kind of look. Initially I wasn't so drawn by it because I'm so used to the whole lizard print on the tools, which is its signature look, so to speak. But having this kind of colored in brings a little bit more color to the Jordan 2, which is primarily always a white single color block looking shoe. The TPU bracket, or the TPU heel clip, which extends all the way here, is nice and colored in, because this is just like the Origin Jordan 2s and the Lucky Greens, basically just a cream or off-white color pattern and with a single color blocking of whatever color it should be, which is black. Behind this Python material, which is actually nubuck, and you can see that from the grains, but it's the synthetic black pattern, which is also a similar construction with all other Jordan 2s. This is usually real leather or real material. Behind that is usually just synthetic. It provides more structure, more containment for the foot if you're using this to play basketball. On the top you have the same style of leather, but this is more padded. It's not because this is stiff cover, but there's like seriously like a block of foam just in there, but it provides, it's very nice to the touch. The cut is quite thick, if you can tell that just right there. Very nice, very sturdy, and I like the way that feels. For 150, you guys, this is a very good shoe to have for 150. Same thing you get on this side, same thing you get on this side. I forgot to mention this whole perforation going around the shoe that kind of makes it look like a golf shoe, so to speak. On the inside you have a synthetic tongue, and that's like nicely perforated. But the problem with that is just that is synthetic, and just look at the way that creases. That if that was how it was when it was constructed in Italy back in the day, that would not fly under any craftsman's radar. But the fact that you get synthetic just brings the cost down, but it will make farty sounds, it will crease, and it does not age well over time. On the top you've got this rubberized Jordan logo with white backing the black outline. On the piping you have black surrounding the synthetic leather tongue. You've got more perforations on top, which kind of like brings this very classy golf look to the shoe, in my opinion. And on the back for this specific shoe you have Imagine. So this could have, I don't know why this is here, but this is a nice little storytelling. Probably like imagine if Mike wore this shoe, or if this was how it was designed when it first came out of the Italian factories, because Italian factories are known for using very exotic leathers on their leather goods. On the inside you've got a black terry cloth sock liner, very nice, very nice to touch, but this is a crazy sock bubble monster. You've got single white laces. You have no spare laces, but this should be cream because that kind of would match with this, or this should be black. I think I've seen other people on YouTube change out the laces to black, which looks like a little bit, it looks a little bit more colorful because you've got a little bit of contrast stitching as opposed to using just flat white laces. But this is okay. On the inside you've got a Dream Cell insole, black with the Nike Air on the heel. Dream Cell just right there. You've got the floorboard, which is that gray white looking thing on the inside, and you can kind of make out the texture of the air sole unit, which is right on top of the heel. sorry, right under the heel. And well, that takes us to the midsole of the shoe, which is basically a polyurethane midsole, and it has that rubber outsole at the bottom, which is what we'll get to shortly. It's not gray, by the way, but in this midsole from 2015 to 2017 or 2018, all Jordan 2s had a full length air sole unit on the inside. This one only has a heel air unit because that is how it came back in the day. Just to kind of show you, this is exactly what is on the inside of the sole. So just one single heel air sole unit, and that sits right on top of right below the insole when you're sitting in. So it would be this, your foot, this, and then the air sole, and then this midsole. And this midsole is obviously cushy, but for collection purposes it's not going to be that great because this will deteriorate and crack over time. And on the bottom you've actually got one of the drawing features to me personally, which is this purple outsole. This is not gray, but this purplish tint outsole. It looks like a very Armand Meunier style colorway, but it's on a GR Jordan 2, which I'm not mad, because it's, when you look at a Jordan 2's outsole, this is actually a very, very interesting colorway to me. This is one of the best colors on the Jordan 2 outsole, aside from the I would say the Mellows. The Mellows has enough color. It's the Denver Nuggets gold and blue, a baby blue colorway, but this is also nice. You've got that purple in the front with the pivot pattern, and black overlaying the other parts of the shoe, and the sail foam midsole just peeking through, which is the same color as this. And that's just basically it, guys. Just a very, very nice pair of Jordan 2s for 150. Just amazing to just wear all the way around, and I plan on just abusing this sometime soon. I will be taking all of this off and putting it in the Jordan 2 Don C box, and just for collection purposes, or in my second pair of Jordan 2 Origins. And this is basically it, guys, and a very unexpected pickup, but I love the shoe nonetheless. I am very, very happy that I bought this shoe for 150. That's basically it, guys. The Jordan 2 Python colorway. That colorway name comes from this Python panel on the midfoot. And that's TJ Got Kicks 89. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Oh, let's just show the insole.